Thanks, Matthew. An overcast day, as you'd expect, at Casey Fields. We're going to have a big contest between the D's and the Tigers. My name's Ben Gibson. Ben Wardworth, looking forward to this one.
Benny G, what a beautiful day it is in the deep southeast on a Friday morning. Really looking forward to this one. I think, as Matthew alluded to, there's some really big questions around how this Demons forward line will look, particularly with injuries to Ben Brown and Sam Wiedeman in recent times. And also the question of the hunger for the Tigers, who are aiming for a third straight flag and a fourth in 5 years. But there is a very, very good Richmond side out here today. We just saw Dustin Martin on screen alongside Shane Edwards in the middle and Trent Cotcham with Nankervis. It's going to be a very, very good game, no doubt about that.
It is a strong lineup. As far as we can see, Dion Prestia, Basher Hooley, Daniel Rioli, Kane Lambert, they're probably the only big names missing. So a full-strength Richmond side, you'd say.
Here we go. It's a scratch match on a Friday morning at Casey Fields. Great to have you with us wherever you're watching and cheering on either of those two teams and trying to get a bit of an insight. And that's a great start for Gawn, tapping it down to Petrarca. And the D's move forward, but it's Baker streaming off half-back for Richmond. Short, the reigning best and fairest, trying to fed it off towards Broad, and he's wrapped up in the defensive 50.
So we're going to have a few players joining us in this broadcast throughout the afternoon. Sam Wiedeman from the D's making his way up very shortly.
So Gawn and Nankervis again. Almost a push in the back there against Jordan, but the umpire said play on. Martin, that's Will Martin of the Tigers, trying to feed the hand pass off. Be interesting to sort of see how he goes today. Martin, that's Dustin Martin, of course. D's try to push the ball out through the middle. Clever tap there from Jenner. Just got it to Baker's advantage. And now Lever into the middle, looking for Gorm, but the kick just had a bit too much heat on it. McIntosh streaming through the middle of Casey to Dustin Martin. And he sees a pretty open forward line, and Lynch is leading the race, but Stephen May, the two former Gold Coast co-captains, going at it. Edwards tries to break away, but he disposed of that illegally, and it'll be a holding the ball free kick for the D's in the back pocket. Christian Salem, a much improved player last year. Benny G?
He was classy left foot. He loves that haircut. Bit of flare off half-back for the Demons. That's exactly what they need.
Much improved season for Salem's last season. Gordon and Nankervis there again. Baker wrapped up. Speaking of improved seasons last year, Liam Baker, sixth in the best and fairest for the Tigers. He wins a free kick after being illegally disposed of there. Again, Lynch and May in the hole, but that's where you want Jake Lever taking that intercept mark. Oliver, not quite the 15 metres for him, so he streams it away off half back. Juggling mark is then paid to Tom McDonald, who's worked his way all the way up to the wing position. And D's fans really keen to see how he plays today, particularly with Brown and Wiedeman out of the side.
And another man we see now, Luke Jackson, is going to be really important for the Demons this year. Obviously, debut season last year, hindered by a hamstring injury, but he's a very talented man. He can play in the midfield, he can play in the ruck, and he's going to be crucial up key forward as Gawn goes for the mark.
Petrarca on the left. That won't be the 15. Tucked away there by Broad. Trying to get the kick away there was Neil Bullen. Just kick was smothered at the wrong time. Players converging the ball. Not a lot of free open play so far to start this game. So we've got the 7 quarters happening today. The first 4 quarters will be, you look at sort of the best 22 as it stands at the moment between Melbourne and Richmond, and then we'll have some more players and some VFL top-ups for the last 3 quarters of the game. So 7 quarters of action coming away from Casey Fields. Hand pass came out there from Langdon in the long sleeves. Speaking of long sleeves, Jaden Hunt. His kick was smothered though, and Castagna sogs it forward to Revolt. On the left, Dustin Martin has 2 to beat, and Jake Lever had position A, but Martin kept his strong core there and kept his feet, but then he was caught holding the ball, Dusty.
It's a hard man to tackle, but a good chase there by Ed Langdon, who was really important on the wing for the D's in his debut season at the club, coming across from the Dockers.
Yeah, averaged the 20 touches, 4th in the best and fairest last season.
Yeah, running machine, Ed Langdon.
James Jordan to Baker. Neil Bullen leads the race, but the kick was just wide of him. Great story on the Melbourne website over the off-season, Ben Gibson, about Alex Neil Bullen as well, and his passion for getting into teaching and particularly disability studies as well.
Yeah, Alex Newborn, he's probably one of the most popular players among this playing group. He's a great man, and yeah, getting into another new area just to round his career out.
Here's Edwards getting the clearance for Richmond. Just over the head of Chol. Again, Lever getting plenty of touches early. Chol, though, going over the top, couldn't grab it cleanly. Arts did. Dustin Martin looking for Arts. Wasn't held without the ball according to the umpire. Tomlinson trying to apply the tackle on the young Tiger, Jake Arts, who played 14 games, kicked 14 goals last year.
He actually debuted against the Demons, so that was the day before the boys headed up to the hub. Yep. Yeah, he's a good player, Jake Arts.
Comes out to Dustin Martin, to Edwards, to Nankervis. Premiership players combined. Kick towards the top of the goal square. Stephen May got a shocking bounce. Arts tried to run onto it, but May's fist was enough. That's the first score at Casey Fields, courtesy of a Stephen May rush behind.
Signalled by a former Melbourne player, David Roden, down there in the goal square.
Yes, one of our favourite goal umpires in the AFL, doing a fine job. Great season for Stephen May last year. Second in the Demons' best and fairest. In the top 10 for rebounds as well. Rebound 50s. It's a high kick. Gorn, unlucky not to get a free kick for a push out there. Oliver in the middle of Casey was brought down. Vlostone, though, explodes away. Hand pass to Ross. Kick inside 50 was perfectly executed for the Jack Riewoldt jump. And he marks 45 out from goal. Another pre-season for Jack Riewoldt. Three-time premiership player, multiple Coleman medalist.
Jack's actually 17 games and 36 goals off becoming just the 8th player in AFL history to reach the 300-game, 700-goal milestone. He will join his cousin Nick Riewoldt. So
it's a good list.
Yeah, wouldn't mind having that on the resume.
The feign, the kick was looking for Marbior Chol, and it went past everyone in the end. And then Jake Lever with the defensive possession. But Liam Baker pounces on. A rare forward opportunity for Liam Baker, but he's off to the right, and another minor for the Tigers. Baker 6th in the best and fairest, as we mentioned last year. Doing some good stuff, the number 7. So Salem will rebound from defence here for the D's. Looking for McDonald in front. And he took it cleanly on the second bite. Nice grab from Tom McDonald. Petrarca. Strong in front of Vlostone. Tigers push back now. As Petrarca looks to go inboard to Jones. Kick has to be good, and it is. He switches it out wide. Dangerous kick because McIntosh was coming hard. It's a great spoil. Puts it towards the advantage of Dustin Martin. Just a little fumbly below his knees, though, but clever tap to McIntosh, who kept on running. Kick in board to Castagna. Open Richmond forward line. Chol wants it deep. Castagna not going there for the time being. He will load up and he'll have a shot from 50 metres out. Castagna kicks towards goal. Harms and plenty of D's into Tomlinson. Rush it through for another minor score. 3 behinds to zip. Batty G.
As we have star forward from the Melbourne Football Club, Sam Wiedeman, join us. Sam, thanks for a bit of your time in the commentary box.
Both Bens, thanks for having me.
Currently on the sidelines, unfortunate start to the season for you. A stress fracture in the femur, which is a bit of a different injury. How is that tracking at the moment?
Yeah, it was a bit of a shock when saw the scan, but it's tracking along really well. Just doing a pretty heavy rehab program at the moment, and hopefully it's not too long until I'm back out there and hopefully running in the next week or so.
Harms tries to get the handball away. Cochin. Nankervis. Caddy. Gorn standing in the hole though. Marbior Chol with a big fly over the top. Keeps it paddling towards Richmond's direction. The D's doing well to hold up here. Sparrow through the middle of Melbourne. Great link up via hand. Oliver tries to get around Baker and he did. Back to Sparrow. Promising build up here from the D's on the outer side. Spargo with some space. Does the team thing, looking for Petrarca and or Chandler. Dropped by both players. Sigh of relief for the Tigers as Nankervis goes to Arts, all by hand. Curtailed by Baker, and then a great smother by Baker. Great team stuff as Chandler is illegally tackled. And one of the best pre-season trainers, Cade Chandler's got an opportunity here, Sam. He's had a really good pre-season.
Yeah, he has. He's put in a lot of hard work. He had a bit of an extended break for family commitments, and he put in the hard work, asked Burjo for extra stuff to do, and he's put in a truck ton of work, so it's great.
He goes high towards the top of the goal square, but Nankervis takes the mark.
Yeah, 3 broken hands last year for Kay Chandler, so just had setback after setback. He was trialled at half-back in a few of those practice matches up in the hub, but settling back up forward this year. So it'd be good to see him have a crack, the rookie drafted in 2019.
A kick from Broad goes out of bounds on the full. So there's a couple of players in the best 22 today, Sammy, that probably some fresher faces or players that haven't sort of had a good run at senior level. James Jordan is one of those, a player that, as part of this new AFL rule, was put onto the rookie list last year. But how have you seen a player like him tracking over the off-season?
Yeah, personally, I think he's been probably the standout player all pre-season. I think that you know what you're going to get from him each time he steps out. And yeah, in our match simulation drills, he's just been standing out, kicking goals as a midfielder and racking up plenty of the ball. So it's great to see him getting a reward for effort because he's put in a lot of work over these last 3 years.
And Maxi Gawn's taken a big, strong contested mark, and that's certainly from your perspective, Sam, you'd love seeing the captain and the ruckman drifting forward and taking a big contested mark like that. We'll just watch how he approaches on the set shot technique. The captain didn't look too good off the boot and it goes out of bounds on the full. But if he can push forward and take those contested grabs, it just gives another sort of dynamic to your forward line.
Yeah, you'd love to see that, especially him, drifting forward, and hopefully he can finish off those goals when the season comes around. But yeah, the work he's doing is terrific down there.
Tough spot to kick from at Casey Fields, but the wind actually looks quite still today, which is quite rare for this location.
It's very rare out here. Yeah, usually blowing a gale.
Jaden Short. He's gone in front again against Nankervis and Chol. Harms pounce on it. Picked up though by Will Martin. Hold off the ball though, going the way of Harms. Baker's short and he goes in that direction. Petrarca in front takes the mark. So we saw him have a breakout year last year, Sam. Have you seen Christian's off-season in the past couple of months?
Yeah, always looking to get better, especially this year. I think he's just growing off the confidence of last year. I think he knows what it takes now to play at the level and play at a really high level. So, yeah, he just keeps on building, and yeah, he just keeps wanting to get better as a player, and yeah, it's just showing, and he started well today.
Third in the Brownlow last year. Melbourne best and fairest. The most improved player in the comp last year. Another about 50 metres to cover. Covers it easily, but always looked left. So no goals so far in this contest, but that's Melbourne's first score via a minor.
In a game like this, Sam, what do you look to get out of it? Obviously, the result isn't the be-all and end-all, but you're certainly wanting some confidence going into round one. So how much do you look at that scoreboard?
Yeah, obviously, the result will take care of itself. It's just more of a chance for us to sort of look at how our new game plan will stand up and see if we can put it up. Because we've played a lot against each other, but we haven't put up against an opposition yet. So it's yeah, it'd be good to see how it plays out today. But we're confident it's going to stand up, and yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Oh, what a kick in board by Greenwald. Found Vlostone, and it set the Tigers free here on the outer side. McIntosh easily able to get around his opponent for the first real goal-scoring opportunity. He goes right to the top of the goal square. Perfect play from the Tigers, and the mark has been taken by Arts, point-blank range. It's a risky kick from Revolt in the middle. That shows if it can come off, just sets your team forward and running. And Arts has taken the mark directly in front and won't miss this one, despite normally the big win that we have at Casey Fields. He'll go in and kick the first goal of the game. 14 goals from 14 games last year. So Tigers with the first goal of the game. Benny G.
He's a good story, Jake Hart. So he spent 6 years in the VFL before finally getting his crack at the top level. We mentioned earlier he debuted against the D's last year. But then, of course, as a rookie, when ISO hit and lockdowns struck, he had to actually go get on the tools. And with that rookie contract and a little bit of doubt around the playing future, he got a job and worked hard. So you can actually read a little bit more about that in Conrad Marshall's book, The Hard Way. So Conrad Marshall spent the last 4 years writing on the Richmond Footy Club, and he's got books on their 3 premierships. So worth having a read of that one, Tigers fans.
Now, Sam, as we were getting to the ground today, we saw Mark Williams very, very heavily involved, his voice bellowing right around the ground. Obviously the new development coach at the D's. What kind of impact has he had?
Yeah, he's had a massive impact. It's he's a funny man, Choco. Yeah, he does. He's got a very loud voice, and he makes it hurt out there, especially on the training track when we're under the pump. But it's yeah, he's been great. He's a terrific man, and He's been awesome in our development, especially with our kicking skills. And yeah, he's been working with us heavily. So he's a great man to have around the club. And yeah, it's going to benefit us a lot.
Yeah, great to have a man of his experience and premiership coach on board. Some great things with the Werribee Footy Club at VFL level the past couple of years. The ball's been moved forward. Grimes wasn't paid the intercept mark. Gives the D's a forward 50 stoppage opportunity. Neil Bullen runs out of real estate.
You touch on Dylan Grimes. Signed a contract extension earlier in the week with the Tigers until the end of 2023, and Dion Prestia till 2024. So 2 absolute stars, 3-time premiership players for Richmond.
So, of course, fans not coming into this game, not permitted to come into this game. So thanks for joining us on the stream and watching these two teams go at it. We just tick down to round 1. Broad, quick hands. Now Ralph Smith through the middle. Perfect kick from Ralph Smith as well to Tom Lynch. Marbior Chol streaming back, but he'll look short. The run of half back from Richmond's been a standout so far. Vlostone again with another touch to Baker. And inside 50, Bolt was there. That's a terrific effort from May going back just to thwart the contest. Dustin Martin back to Ralph Smith, who's been a big improver on the track this off-season. That kick, though, drifts out of bounds on the full. So, Sam, what's sort of been one of the, from a Simon Goodwin perspective and the whole coaching stuff, what have sort of been some of the big things that you've been working on throughout the off-season? A lot's been made about getting a lot of territory, a lot of inside 50s, but not necessarily converting that into scores. Has that been a big focus for you guys over the off-season?
Yeah, definitely. We wanted to make a little bit of a shift to more of an aggressive mindset with our game style and try to get the ball moving forward and really making the most of our opportunities when we get inside, because previous years we probably haven't had that going forward, probably haven't finished our work like we want to. So yeah, pretty high premium this pre-season on our entries and how we can maximise our chances inside 50.
A couple of big contested marks early for Tom McDonald. He's going to be crucial this year with yourself, Sam, and Benny Brown out early days.
Yeah, absolutely. Great to see it.
Spoiled Ralph Smith. Kick inside. Well, not sure if that was his intention, but it's come off. And one of the most decorated players in the history of the D's, Nathan Jones, coming up with a shot for goal. Signed a 1-year contract in September last year, sort of weighted up his options. He's back for another season. 294 AFL games to his name, and that 300 milestone is within sight for the veteran and the former captain. He's got about 40 metres to cover. Looked pretty good off the boot, and it squeezes through. The D's have their first through Nathan Jones.
You might take a drink there from Benny Brown, who's running the waters.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be out there with him, actually. But I'm happy to watch up here.
A bit warmer up here in the commentary box.
Absolutely.
That's where we like it.
Yeah,
So
exactly right.
Before you and Ben suffered your setbacks, you had a little bit of time working together. What was that time like for the two of you?
Yeah, it was great. It's it was cool working with him. It's like we only had a few weeks together, but I feel like we had a few match simulation drills where we were starting to work each other out, and we sort of play a little bit of a different game. So he's more of a lead-up type, and I'm probably a little bit more of a contested type operator. So it was good to see how we can work together, and we're starting to create some synergy. It was just a shame we both got injured at the times we did, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to working with once we're both healthy and ready to go.
And for Melbourne fans listening, you can jump on the Demon Shop right now until the end of the final siren. Use MFC Live as the discount code for 15% off.
Now Curvis v Gawn. Dustin Martin with the clearance to Cochin to Edwards. Gosh, it's a pretty good lineup, isn't it? Baker, been one of the best off half-back so far. High kick, but Lever's been in the right place at the right time very often for the D's so far. He takes the intercept. May. Every player in the field ahead of him. Kick was dangerous for Jordan, and Will Martin got there at the right time. Then Dustin Martin receives the hand pass. Doesn't load up. He does the team thing and finds it to Richmond's most improved player last year in Shea Bolton. Fourth and the best in fairest last year. Bolton for the Tigers. Thrown onto the footy a bit more by Coach Damien Hardwick last year. He's directly in front. He'll have about 40 metres to cover again. David Roden didn't move. Perfect execution from Bolton. The Tigers have 2.
The setup there from Dustin Martin, it's just a play with that confidence. He's just got more time than anyone on the field to make the right decisions. Do you feel like, Sam, it's just the confidence of a team like Richmond that makes them so hard to play against?
Yeah, certainly. They've been very good for a long time now, and yeah, they know how each other play, and their chemistry and their connection is just it's what we aspire to be. And yeah, I think the confidence they have in each other to finish their work and find each other inside 50 is first class. So it's what we want to be like as a team.
So the D's have a few list spots available, whether that's they make the most of it through the SSP, the supplemental selection period, or they take a pick to the mid-season draft. That remains to be seen. But there's a few train-on players, Kobe Farmer and Deacon Smith, who we might see a little bit later on this afternoon, and more recently Majak Dor as well. What's it been like to see those 3 players come into the club as they try and push for this AFL lifeline?
Yeah, they've been terrific. Yeah, Kobe and Deacon especially, they've been here since the start of pre-season, and they've grown heaps. They both came in pretty raw, but I think they're figuring out what AFL footy's like, and they're putting their best foot forward. So I really hope they can get an opportunity, and we'll see how that plays out. But they haven't put a foot wrong, and yeah, it's great to see young boys coming in and making such an impact.
Well, the D's have been able to lock it inside their 50 here. Gorn again, the target deep. Nankervis got it from Broad. Short. Beautiful kick. Just dropped there by Ross, but cleverly done to Ralph Smith. Will Martin. Castagna under the pump. What a spin, out of trouble there from Petrarca. And then the kick high. Fritsch used his body illegally, according to the umpire. Dylan Grimes with the free kick. Bailey Fritsch, leading goal kicker for the D's last year. Had good support from a number of other avenues. Short to short. Richmond's best and fairest in the premiership year. Great honour for him last year. Gorn in front.
That's where Gorn's so strong. We spoke about him before, getting forward of the ball and taking marks in the inside 50, but it's his defensive running that I think really is the benchmark of his game.
Sets a task here for Jackson. Thump there forward. Ball done by Fitch to put it towards Jordan's advantage, but Grimes got it to Asprey, to Ralph Smith, to Short. Petrarca again, so clean at ground level. It's set up Jordan, and he shoots towards goal and nails it. A couple of great pieces of play from Petrarca, and then Jordan is the beneficiary, and he gets Melbourne second.
I think Jordan's someone that fans are really going to be watching today. It's a great start for him. Last year he had to be close to a debut. He nearly lost his finger, so he got it jammed under a weight in the gym. Nearly had to have it amputated. He was that close to a debut. That obviously ruled him out for the remainder of the season, but yeah, he's an exciting young player. Pick 33 back in 2018. Yeah, I expect to see him play a lot of senior footy this year.
Scary day, that one, when he jammed his finger in between some weights. Came into training with a brace or anything. He just had surgery. So, yeah, it was scary time.
There is a photo floating around that you do not want to see.
Nah, pretty graphic. Probably don't want to see that one.
Yeah, we'll avoid the WhatsApp group for that one, I reckon. So ball back in the middle. D's probably haven't had the territory dominance as what the Tigers have had, but they've mustered 2 goals out of it, and just the one less scoring shot. Good signs for Simon Goodwin's team. Petrarca strong early. Harms comes through. Edwards' kick off the ground didn't go too far. Sparrows did, though. Advanced it forward. Ralph Smith off half-back, didn't gather cleanly. Harms. Langdon sends it inside 50. Oliver is there with Jackson. Crumbed at ground level by Fritsch. He runs out of room.
Good spoil there by Asprey. Jackson's going to learn a lot today playing against a senior figure like him. It's actually his 30th birthday, so happy birthday to David Asprey.
Nice way to spend your 30th birthday.
Where would you rather be?
Deep southeast. Jackson doing the ruck work. Good tackle from Harms, who played a lot of half-back last year, but he's seen some centre bounce opportunities early.
Yeah, itching to get into the midfield. Harms played some important lockdown roles, sort of the back end of 2018. You expecting him to have an impact this year, Sam?
Yeah, he put a pretty high premium on getting the most out of his fitness, especially this pre-season. He put in a truck ton of work over the off-season down at the Hurt Locker in Richmond. So he gave
him a few Instagram plugs.
Yeah, absolutely, he did. He made it known that he was there, but to his credit, he was there all the time. Early morning sessions, swimming in the beach. And he's done a lot of work and he deserves that spot in the midfield that he's worked so hard for.
Just the 13 games last year for Harms. There he is on cue. Was stripped of it. Caught holding the ball though. The Tigers doing a lot of their, or starting a lot of their attacks from deep in defence at the moment. Here is Asprey. To Short. Thumping right foot kick it out towards the wing. Oh, high fly from Lever. Pay the mark or the free kick to his teammate there. But a couple of really promising possessions from Lever early.
He's only 24, Jake Lever. I think people are a little harsh on him. He obviously came across with a big price tag, but for a key position player, you do need to give people like him some time, don't you, Sam?
Yeah, you don't. Yeah. Well, the boys around the group probably don't think he's 24 because he acts so much older than he actually is.
He's a real leader.
A real mature leader around the group, and and I think that he wants to probably take his game to the next level this year, and with a more aggressive mindset, sort of adapting to our game plan. And you're seeing that today. He's taking a few strong contested marks, and we're really hoping he can make a strong impact this season.
So this is Will Martin. Oh, he's looking for Lynch, but Jetta came in with a timely spoil, but I think just held on to Lynch just after that spoil happened. So it'll be a free kick. Lynch not too happy with something out in the field.
So we're playing 30-minute quarters today. 4.5 remaining in this opening term. Tigers by a point.
Asprey. Essentially every player on the ground in front of him here at the edge of the centre square. Call to play on now. No easy looks here. Good pressure from the D's. Kick was a shank off the boot, and they can counter-attack. Jetta got it over the top to Spargo. He's got a couple of players bursting inside 50, and one of them is Fritsch. Superb play, great counter-attack, and Fritsch gets the goal.
Good link up there from Charlie Spargo. I know the coaches rate him quite highly. He spent a bit of time living with you, Sammy. You expecting a bigger year from someone like Charlie Spargo?
Yeah, I am. I think he's starting to take a little bit of a leadership role in that forward line as well. I think because we're pretty young down there, he's adapting really well, and I think he got a few chances last year, and he probably wants to make the most of that. And I think he's fresh off a two-year deal as well, and I think he's really hoping to make an impact and cement his spot in that 22.
Yeah, he's only 173 centimetres, but as you said, he's quite a mature player. He's a knowledgeable footballer. Had that breakout game last year where he kicked 3 goals at the Gabba. Hopefully he can really cement his spot in the side. His forward pressure is outstanding.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Bailey Fritsch with his first of the day. 22 majors last year. The boy from Coldstream. He'd be used to the chilly breeze coming from the deep northeast. He's gone. Got it down. Oliver tried to go with the one hand. Strong. Got off to Sparrow, then Petrarca. He's wrapped up by Vlostone. It would be remiss of me with you two not in the commentary box to mention the Vermont backyard cricket, which really gained some big publicity legs over the summer, it has to say. What's the wrap-up of how Vermont BYC, Sam, ended up on over the 2020-21 season?
Yeah, it started the summer off really hot. We got a lot of media coverage, and but it's unfortunately ran out of steam with just boys going back to work and actually having to continue with our lives. Not actually, had to go back to normality. But it was a lot of fun. We always have a lot of fun with that. But it's a shame it had to end early. But we'll be back next year.
You're concerned by the amount of effort that goes into just putting up something online?
Yeah, we are 23-year-old young adults, so we're not exactly proud of it, but we have a lot of fun and get a kick out of it. It's a good chance to catch up as a bunch of mates, and we hope the fans continue to enjoy it.
What's the Twitter handle, Benny G?
Vermont _ BYC.
If you want to give it a follow. In the meantime, here at the footy, it is a free kick for the D's as the Tigers try to move the ball forward. Langdon with the free kick and Hunt marks. And here's that trademark speed from Jaden Hunt. The bounce through the middle of Casey to Gawn.
I think as we saw there, that's that new man on the mark rule. Tom Lynch couldn't move laterally and allowed Jaden Hunt to go, which is exactly what the competition wants. People are questioning the rule, saying it's a little bit like Auskick, but they're wanting to open up the game and add some speed, and it's just done that.
There's a push out clearly there to Asprey, who's will receive the free kick. Have you noticed that in training? I don't know how much before you went down, Sam, you were able to train with that with actual umpires out there, but you probably would have seen it. Have you noticed the new rule changing players' mindset to a certain extent?
The standing the mark rule?
Yes.
Yeah. It definitely makes us think. It took us a while to adapt. There were quite a few 50-metre penalties early on.
Yep.
Just trying to adapt to the new rule, but we're starting to get the hang of it. I think there's going to be a few teething issues early, but no, we've got the hang of it, and hopefully it doesn't affect us too much.
Going down towards Nankervis. Petrarca, the holding free kick. Going the way of the Tigers. Oliver's tackle just lingered. Does the nice thing and gets Will Martin off his feet. So good opportunity for Tigers fans to have a look at the pick 44 from the 2019 draft. Kicks to a contest. Lynch in front. Brought it to ground. Revolt doing the crumbing. Then goes deep inside 50. Jetters there for against Castagna. Got support from Lever. Salem just getting a kick off, and it worked out well for Baker. Checks his kick on the inside. It's a beautiful kick as well to Tomlinson. Well played by Oscar Baker. Fritsch on the wing. He's got Broad from behind. Broad did well to fist at the right time. Ralph Smith comes through. As the siren sounds, bang on 30 minutes. That's what we like, Ben Gibson. The D's holding a 5-point lead.
Great start here at Casey Field. Sam, I'll let you go run the drinks. Thanks for everybody your time.
No worries. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thanks,
We're
Sammy.
back after a short break.